ที่เขาก็ชอบนะเพราะมันเป็นเมืองใหม่หมดเลยไงมันก็เข้าซิดนีย์ง่ายนะลูกเนาะไม่ว่าทางนั้น
รถไฟ
เนาะ
ไง
มันไม่ได้เนาะมันก็ง่ายกว่าทางเราน่ะ
ครับ
ของเรามันเขามันอะไรไม่ว่าอ่ะลูกแม่ไปหากินแล้วนะครับ โอเคอ่ะแม่ยังไม่ได้เช็คบัญชีลูกเลย บัญชีลูกเหลือเท่าไหร่
ไม่รู้ว่า
พอใช้ไหมแม่ดูให้ก็ได้ไม่เป็นไรเพราะแม่ไว้ให้ลูก300 กว่าแม่ก็หวังว่าคงพอนะครับ ลูกไม่อันนั้นถ้าเนี่ยถ้าลูกทำที่นี่แล้วลูกใช้พออาทิตย์ละ300ถ้าลูกได้เนี่ยเราสบายเลยลูกก็จะมีเงินเก็บแล้วลูกทำงาน6 วันอย่างนี้นะแต่ขอเขาวันอาทิตย์เขาไม่ให้ลูกเหรอลูกเคยขอไหม
มันไม่ยุ่งมันไม่ยุ่ง
แล้วทำไมเขาให้คนอื่นได้อะลูก
ไม่รู้ว่ามันก็ให้คนแบบยืดนานกว่ามั้ง
คนทำนานกว่าเนาะ
ครับ
แม่ถึงบอกว่าการยิ้มแย้มแจ่มใสถ้าลูกมีโอกาสปั๊บเจาะเลย
ครับเพื่อทำ security ไงได้ทำเยอะๆทั้งหมดก็ทำ12 ชั่วโมงเลย
ถ้าลูกมองว่าลูกยังไปเดอะเทรนลูกก็ต้องอยู่รถบัสแต่ถ้าลูกมองว่าถ้า security บางทีอาจจะไม่ต้องรอถ้าลูกมองว่าลูกไงก็จะ security ลูกได้ของหัวหน้าไว้แล้วก็อาจจะไปเรียนเลย
ครับ
แล้วลูกทำงาน6 เดือนไงที่จะไปไทย
ครับ
ถ้าลูกอันเนี้ยใช่ไหมกุมภามีนาเพราะว่าถ้าลูกว่าลูกไปเรียนปลายปีลูกอาจจะเริ่มต้นทำงานได้มีนาเมษาพฤษภามิถุนากรกฎาสิงหาก็ลูกทำงาน6 เดือนก็โอเคนะสิงหาพ่อแม่กะว่ากรกฎาหรือสิงหาประมาณสิงหาแม่ไปสิงหา10 เดือนนึงลูกก็ไปได้ปรับกันยา
ครับ
แล้วส่งข่าวแม่เนาะโอเคแม่ขึ้นละแม่หาอะไรกินนะจานลูกเอาออกมาล้างแล้วนะครับ โอเคลูกดีมาก
ปิดประตูนะครับ
is one of the biggest
ลูกเปิดหน้า
motivators
ต่าง
most
นิด
people
นึง
have
เนาะ
this.
ให้ลมมันผ่าน
Too big of a topic to unpack. You might be like,
ให้มัน
enemies,
ลม
but
มัน
yeah, your
เข้า
enemy
ไม่
could be
งั้นก็ไม่ต้องจะได้
current
ไม่
state
ต้
of
อง
education. Your enemy could be evil. Your enemy could be a particular political party. Your enemy could be a particular ideology, and you get fired up. You get mad because you're like, that's not truth, or like, there's such a better way to do it, or like, that fitness plan doesn't work. This one way, like, how we got to tap into why do you want to succeed on YouTube? And for me, on that column, I'd be writing down, because I really want to get that new Land Rover limited edition, because those are coming back now after being out of production. Land Rovers are coming back. There's 5,000 limited, the blue body with the white top with the classic headlights. Maybe that motivates you. So you put that on, you might have pay off this debt, get this thing, and some of that. But on the other side, man, what are you fighting for? What really gets you passionate? Family, spreading the gospel, like a lot of different things. Why do you want to succeed? You know, I think about Wild Floridian. Her mission is to protect and improve the ecosystem of Florida. You know, I didn't wake up like caring about the ecosystem of Florida, but after I talked to Wild Floridian for a few minutes, all of a sudden I was like, Jacqueline, I was like, my goodness, like I started to capture some of her passion because she really believes that independent gardeners, people living in their homes, can make a difference in the climate, and like actually because of her understanding of things. And so besides just practical, like the screenshot, she did a VRA show, the screenshot on screen there of raised garden beds from finding an affiliate program of a website that sells these garden beds that don't rust. She made the videos, which I'm showing you on screen. And I want to say she's earned over $10,000, maybe over $20,000 from that one affiliate program. Maybe it's not that much, but they raised her up. It was 10% at first. She crossed the threshold. Now they give her 15% on every sale, ranked a couple videos. That's the tactical. But back to the why, we live in a place. She was talking about using natural methods to support gardening and wildlife and ecosystems. She loves Florida. She wants to take care of Florida, and then also is developing money for the mission. So let's tap into your why today. What gets you fired up today? Remembering that throughout 2024, when things get hard, is a big deal. And having a mission, purpose driven, kind of refueling our mission. What's the mission that you want to accomplish on YouTube? And I know sometimes you go, Sean, it's just a hobby, bro. Well, it's not like a big mission. I want to challenge you. High performers raise necessity. They don't go, my activities on YouTube this year are optional. They actually feel a conviction. Like if you have the ability, then you have the responsibility. YouTube needs you. There's people that need you. Like, why do you want to succeed on YouTube? The life change I want to impact on the people on the other side of this video. I need to master VRA and figure this out, not just so I can solve a financial problem. I want to solve a world problem. I want to help people. So I challenge you that the more why, the more reasons come first, results come second. It's going to impact your reasons. I mean, it's going to impact your results. Your views, money, and results on YouTube will go up the higher you raise the necessity that, post a video this week, I'm kind of tired, I'm going to skip a week. I want to challenge you. Try not to skip a week in 2024. Take vacations, do that stuff. But like, is there an urgency and a necessity on your mission on YouTube? And you may have heard my story. I'll just briefly go through it. You know, in 2009, we had a whole nother level of necessity because our whole world came crashing down. My wife almost died. Her name's Sonia. We've been married 18 years. She got very sick, was hospitalized for 6 days. The real estate market was crashing. We were losing our home, The Big Short. Our church fell apart because of some leaders had a moral failure and stole some money. And so our whole world came falling apart. And so when I was by my wife's side for 6 days in that hospital room, I was dreaming and thinking about things. I was also very overwhelmed and anxious. But as I'm praying through this, I feel God challenging me, like, you got to man up, you got to step up, and you have two options. You can either get bitter and get discouraged and really be, woe is me about my circumstances, or you can take action and fight for your family and fight for your future. And what's in your hand? Kind of like God said to Moses. And it was like a camera, YouTube roadmap workshop. And as we dive into
สัญชาตญาณมันบอกว่าให้รู้จักผู้หญิงคนนี้สัญชาตญาณมันบอกว่าให้ทำผู้หญิงคนนี้ท้องแต่ผมสัญชาตญาณมันบอกว่าทำให้ผู้หญิงคนนี้ท้องแต่ผมอยากรู้จักกันให้6 เดือนก่อน
YouTube 2024, and what's the state of the union for YouTube 2024? I just kind of wanted to rapid fire start off with some of this information to kind of look at what is the landscape of what we're going into with YouTube right now. You know, their new numbers are that YouTube has 2.7 billion monthly active users, and that shows no sign of slowing down. YouTube is still the second most visited website in existence. 62% of internet users in the US access YouTube daily. I'm one of those. I help those stats. And check this out, 52% of internet users access YouTube at least once a month. To be clear on that second stat, across the world, 1 out of 2 people that have access to the internet are going to get on YouTube at least once a month. So I share that because we are facing some challenges.
อยู่จังหวัดอะไรเอ่ย
Is of course in 2024, specifically rising competition, specifically how do I break through on YouTube? And I do want to encourage you that with diligence and strategy and with applying yourself, and with some of the things we're going to cover in this class, it's really a supply and demand thing. And what we continue to see is there's this massive demand for content. People watch more content every year, like the amount of time they watch, the amount of time they're on the platform, more people coming to the platform. YouTube is not just for young people. Something like 75% plus baby boomers is like consuming a ton of YouTube. And then all the way down to Gen Z and even Gen Alpha YouTube kids. YouTube is this dominant force. And so your choice to invest in YouTube and to think about building a brand, building a business is just a really wise decision. It's not going to be easy, but it is possible, because when we think about the numbers, there's just massive numbers of people to reach. And you don't need to reach a ton of people to make this viable, to do this full time. And here's some of the things that are also backing this up. The data says YouTube is currently outperforming Netflix, Disney Plus, and Prime Video. That shocks me. I mean, if you look at this, the data, YouTube is the #1 app here owned by Google as far as ranking of the most video-centric entertainment apps on mobile phones for active users. So Netflix is down here, TikTok's in second place, Amazon Prime is in 5th place. And that kind of shocks me. Again, YouTube is more of a destination than some of these other platforms. And YouTube reaches more young adults on than all of the TV networks combined. So even if we think about future proofing, and I know for a lot of us on this training, you probably want to reach other Gen X, other baby boomers. That would be a wise strategy to be thinking about, man, who's kind of the demographic that my content would most resonate with. But also as we think about legacy and future proof, YouTube, it's not going anywhere. Look at the dominance and the influence of the platform. Additionally, YouTube Shorts, if you have embraced YouTube Shorts, type yes for me. If you create and or watch.
One of the best day trips goes to the country's former capital, Ayutthaya, located only 1.5 hours to the north of Bangkok.
If you don't love YouTube Shorts or don't like them, type no. And you're like, I don't want to do shorts. I don't like shorts. I like long form videos. Shorts are weird. I don't want that toxic TikTok style content. I mean, I get the mindset. I get the mentality. I don't like them, but I do them. That is a really good quote, because I do think it's kind of a mixed bag. Some people are saying, so with shorts. Well, 70 billion views a day. Sometimes one of the biggest principles I think we could apply as we think about building our online businesses through YouTube is not being romantic with our own opinions necessarily sometimes, because we could have positive or negative feelings about shorts. But if we're on a mission and we want to reach people, we should use the tools that are reaching people. And so 70 billion views a day. Here's a story of Ryan Johnson. And throughout this, I've pulled some stories from our Video Ranking Academy students. And he does intermittent fasting. So Ryan, he did 26 uploads last month, all shorts, 8 million views. His channel. All right, let's plan your next 5 money-making YouTube. Session number 2. All right, let's plan your next 5 money-making YouTube videos. So we're on reverse engineer. We want to, step 1, of course, have the big, clear vision. But then we start getting into the tactical, okay, what video should I make next? So what are the first 5 videos you are creating in 2024? Here's some surefire video ideas. Answer specific questions is one of our favorites. Y'all have probably heard about this before if you're new. If I was going to make a new channel and on the existing channel in 2024, what would I do? Number one, I'd answer specific questions. This is Southern Keto, one of our VRA students. His best performing last video was a how-to video. How to make my Duke's Mayo, easy keto mayonnaise recipe. Got 12,000 views. Channel's going great. Here's, when I say answer specific questions, they may or may not be phrased as a question, but these are some ones that I would lean into. How to, this versus that.
จำได้ละแม่เลี้ยงเดี่ยวที่สวย แม่เลี้ยงเดี่ยวคนสวยใช่ไหมครับ
Best 5 fruits for keto, top 5 fruits for keto. So drop some of your niches in the chat, and I want to go through some of these and come up with, in my opinion, one of the best videos for you personally. Okay, so let's go parenting. So Lindsay, if I'm you, let's work together of how we could come up and then follow along with these tools. So with parenting, I'm always going to start with YouTube search bar, even though there's lots of great tools, and I'm going to go parenting tips for toddlers. And remember, if you go parenting space, what we're doing here is we're verifying interest because these auto-completes are what people are searching for. So in parenting, if you want to give me a little more context, and you can slow down the niches now because I'm going to stick on this one for a second, but I'll call for it again. So parenting tips, I'm probably thinking, I'm going to think about what's happening in 2024. Parenting in 2024 is, we'll hit this a little bit later, but 100% of us on the roadmap should be thinking about our 2024 stuff. Props to Wendy, whoever this is, for it being 6 days in and already having our 2024 content out. We got to be going fast right now, y'all, because there's a lot of people's mindset or what are the 2024 changes. So if you can include the year. But some of the reminders here is that you could go how to before and then put your niche on the end, and it'll start saying how to parent a toddler, how to parent a 4-year-old, how to be a parenting coach. And so one of the biggest mistakes I see is, as simple as this sounds, and I know that maybe you're like, if you've been a VRA, you're like, this sounds basic. I've kind of learned this before. I want to challenge you. I do so many channel reviews. If you haven't done these if you are talking about parenting a toddler and there's not a video on your channel that's clearly how to parent a toddler, then you should do the basic videos. But then how can we dial those in? Well, once you find a topic that really resonates with you, then do the actual search and then maybe identify your competition and see thumbnails, see some insights, and then out of this, what we want to do is put this on your top 5. So 100% of us, you could do this. You might brainstorm 20 or 25 videos right now, but by the end of the session, I want you to circle the 5 videos that are strategic that you should do next. So how to, discipline, we have all these great resources in there. So that'd be the how to. Now, let's do some more niches. Do any of us have any products that are relevant for your channel? Like you recommend books for parents or solar energy. Okay, so let's do solar. Next is versus. So do solar. Solar versus lunar eclipse, solar versus wind power for home, solar versus gas generator. So again, versus is one of the greatest, most underrated title topic formulas of all time. This top video, 180,000 views. Let's see, testing gas versus solar generators, 411,000 views. Obviously, a pretty big channel. So I did solar versus gas generator.
จะมาพัทยาเมษา
1
ปเธอหน่อยได้ไหมครับ สรุปหยุดไหนนะ จังหวัดไหนนะอำเภอไหน งั้นเอาเขามาด้วย ขอดูรูปคนสวยหน่อยได้ไหมครับ
One of my favorite, well, how about this? I mean, Chat GPT versus Bard. I mean, for YouTube, I can make that, but I'm not really an AI channel, but versus. If I'm you, I'm putting a versus video in the strategy. And this particularly relates really well if you're doing affiliate marketing. Okay. And then best, let's do one other niche here. So that was solar. And then, by the way, solar, you might go with the actual company or the style of solar panels versus the other thing. How to buy and sell guitars. Okay, good. By the way, I hope you have made how to buy guitars for beginners online.
If you live for something, you need to.
คุณแม่